So Robert Parrish said that Michael Jordan isn't the greatest because he didn't beat great teams, and I was wondering, getting my reaction about that. I ain't got no problem with what he said. See, let me get something straight to some folks, just so we get into this. I don't have Jordan and LeBron as one and two. I got Jordan higher, but I don't have him as the GOAT. I don't. But LeBron is at the bottom of my top 10. To be honest with you, I'm kind of tired of hearing about both of them because I have legit gripes. I got to see both of them, and they both benefited from different things for different reasons. LeBron benefited from stock packing teams, and he's ghosted so much that he's been covered by a who's who of all stars that you almost forget about what he does. That he makes everybody better, which he didn't. He wasn't Magic Johnson, so I have a problem with the overhyped machine with him. The overhyped machine I have with Jordan is this. Yes, he's one of the greatest pure talents ever. However, I never felt his Chicago Bulls teams could carry the weight of the 80s teams that I saw. They were not better than the Lakers and the Celtics in the 80s, and it took them forever to get through the Pistons. So, no, his teams were not special. They had to change rules and things had to go down. So, no. And I haven't really seen too many great teams per se, if I'm honest, in years. All those Bulls teams were great when they won all those games, and then you get to Golden State, but you got San Antonio, and you can make a case for Shaq and Kobe's first go round, that first year at the Lakers. I ain't really seen, but probably about a handful of teams that I've been impressed with in the last 25 years, if I'm honest. So I don't get excited about these sort of things. And no, he didn't beat great players. No one is going to tell me with a straight face that Karl Malone and John Stockton were equivalent of Magic and Kareem, or Bird, Parrish, and McHale. Because Charles Barkley, Kevin Johnson wasn't it. Sean Kemp, Gary Payton wasn't it. And he played Magic, was old and deleted. And Clyde Drexler, great player and all that. You can make a strong case for Clyde. He wasn't better than Bird, Magic. Not better than Isaiah Thomas either, because Isaiah done beat them. Point is, it is a bit overrated with the Bulls so-called as a team. Just that Jordan was an incredible player. Because if it wasn't for his greatness, this is where Scottie Pippen sinks like quicksand. They don't win nothing. And Scottie Pippen couldn't win without him. Now, Phil Jackson, great coach, went on with Shaq and Kobe, and then with Kobe and Paul, and won multiple rings. That can't be disputed, you know. But that's the part of the reality that's there, you know. So Robert Parrish is not lying. And he said Kareem's the greatest player ever. I got no problem if he wants to say that. There are a few guys I could think you could make a legitimate case for. You know, there's a few guys you can make a case for. But I will say this. Jordan, great player, but I wasn't blown away by his teams. Without him on the teams, they don't win. They're not the same team. Magic Johnson went to the finals without Kareem, with Vlade Divac. Let that sink in. Lost to the Bulls. But, again, that's what he did. That's a fact. Larry Bird won a ring with Rick Roby. I can show you some of the horror that he had without Parrish and McHale. Isaiah Thomas won with not another top 50 player. That's a fact. So, while I will give Jordan his due as a great player, I'm not blown away by his team. I never was. Aside from the year they won all those games, 72 and 10, I give you that. But they weren't what I call a great team. The Rodman era, I thought they played better cohesive the second year, the first three. But Rodman was a factor in the next run. But I don't look at them as a great team. No. And they didn't beat no great teams in the finals. The Barkley Johnson the Lakers, the Blazer teams of the 90s were not great teams. That Seattle Sonic team, the actual Sonic team in 94 that got choked out against Denver the first round, was better than the 96 team. And those two Utah teams, which I got much respect for Jerry Sloan as a coach, because I go back on that and Stockton, Malone, and Hornacek. And I know somebody going to say they took the Lakers to 7 games in 87. They weren't better than the Lakers, though. They weren't. There's nobody in the 90s that would have beaten the Showtime Lakers. So stop. None of those teams were equipped to beat them. As great as Barkley was, he would have had to been on a wheel with Magic to win a chip. Same thing with Clyde Drexler. He didn't have that it. I like Terry Porter, Jerome Kersey. They weren't it. Kevin Johnson and Dumas, who was playing really good, to me was the best player on that Phoenix team in the finals. They weren't good enough to win no chip. Not stacked. So I agree with Robert Parrish. Because I still say 80s basketball was the best I saw. Best teams I saw. Teams had identity. It was tough. Even Rodman came out and said the NBA was watered down. It doesn't take away from Jordan's greatness. Because he is one of the once generational type of players. But to sit up here and say he beat great teams on his route, no. Because he didn't even play up against a team that had a great center. He never went up against Houston with Hakeem. And we never know that. And he didn't get to play Shaq prime when Shaq was 20,000 onwardly. Just saying. So we never got to see that. Or going up against the likes of Dave Robinson and Spurs with Tim Duncan when they got seasoned. So I agree with Robert Parrish on that. And I know there's a little tension there, but Robert Parrish told the truth. I'm with that. Doesn't take away from Jordan's greatness. They just didn't beat no great teams. I stand by that. I'll debate that with anybody. Please like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments. I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another shitter if you like. And please hit that membership, because when you do, the videos you request, I get them back to you. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay true, stay honest, stay clear, stay clean. I'm out one time.